It won't pick itself, and they have to get a move on because this company produces 1 million bags of salad leaves a week. For years, workers from Poland have harvested it, but just as this season began, all the airspace closed and they couldn't come. Faced with a crisis on its hands, the farm did something it has never done before, asked British people to do it.
I was pretty determined that I wasn't going to lose the crop, so yeah, it was on the cards. Yeah, there's no doubt. If you don't get the team in and you don't have the staff, the machinery that we harvest with can't operate.
This team then is made up almost entirely of furloughed British workers like James. He's a fitness instructor, but with gyms closed and a wife and baby at home, he needed the cash.
Yeah, I mean, we're outdoors all day long, so we're probably in the best environment, not like the NHS where everybody's, you know, sort of in those confined spaces with all the PPE and all the rest of it. So I'm thinking for myself very lucky to be out here, and I've got a job.
Pick getting out of the house.
The idea of a British land army dates to World War II, and that patriotic spirit underpins this current TV advert as well. It's part of a campaign called Pick for Britain, and they even recruited royalty for it.
Now, I do not doubt that the work will be unglamorous and at times challenging, but it is of the utmost importance, and at the height of this global pandemic, you will be making a vital contribution to the national effort.
So British workers are helping feed the nation in the middle of the pandemic. Supporters of Brexit will say, if we can do this, we can do anything. Disruption to food supplies has always been one of the strongest arguments against a no-deal Brexit, and yet since the pandemic came here, there's been panic buying, queues for hours to get into a supermarket, and yet the food supply chain has remained remarkably resilient. Quite by accident, it seems the pandemic might have given the British government an argument as to why a no-deal Brexit might not be so bad after all. But if these people go back to their old jobs next year, then who does the job then? The UK wants to restrict numbers of seasonal fruit and vegetable pickers to just 10,000, when in reality the country needs 7 times that many.
The estimate is we might need 70,000 maybe over the whole season, over the country. So, you know, we just need to make sure that the arrangements are there so that if we do need people to come in, they can, you know, Brexit notwithstanding.
There are very many people on both sides of the English Channel who say it would be the height of madness for the UK to push ahead with Brexit at all in the middle of the biggest healthcare crisis for 100 years. The collision of Brexit and the virus promises to make the British government's position even more controversial. Laurence Lee, Al Jazeera, southwestern England.